Did you know that Google just made a change so that 100% of the emails sent by your company may be going into spam going forward? Yeah. What's going to happen to your revenues if your customers, your prospects, heck, even your employees or your family and friends that are on your email list don't receive emails for your company? So that's what we're going to talk about. In a bold move that's sending shockwaves through our industry, but I mean, cross industries, Google's updated their bulk sender guidelines. It's not just an update, it's much more a revolution. And it really shouldn't be a shock, but I'm amazed that it's March 18th today. And these started rolling out February 1st. They've told us about it for a long time. And yet I'm getting calls from CMOs at mid-market companies across the country that don't know why their emails all of a sudden aren't being open. So these new regulations impact bulk senders. And so bulk sender is anybody that sends 5,000 emails a day. Now that may seem like a lot, but for a B2B company, for a lot of other industries in sales and marketing, if you look at things like real estate, it's really not hard to send 5,000 emails on a daily basis. And so we're going to talk about that just a little bit here. First of all, why is Google doing this? This is a seismic shift, but they're doing it to cut down on the unwanted emails that we all receive and to prioritize the user experience. But here's the kicker. The new spam complaint threshold is a mere 0.3%. Now, here's the stark reality though. Now, Larry Kim's company, Customer AI, did a study that kind of lays the truth bare here. The average spam complaint rate across just B2B, not even B2B software, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but all B2B is at 2.01%. 2% versus 0.3%. That means the average across the industry, across the board, people are getting blocked. So here's three of the worst offenders for you. B2B software specifically. B2B software averages a complaint rate, spam complaint rate of 3.2%. The range is 1.3 to 4.3%. Most B2B software companies, they're way above the 0.3% spam rate that's going to get everything shut down. Sales and marketing services, these are agencies, consultants, averages 2.8%, and a big broad range there. It goes from 2% to 5.3%. Now let's look at real estate. I know I have a lot of real estate agents, brokerages, and people within the real estate software industry. Real estate averages 1.9%. Hey, you're doing better than most B2B software companies. And within real estate, the spam rates range from 1.5% to 3.4%. Still enough to get your entire domain basically blacklisted there. So the implications are grave. And for B2B marketing and revenues, this should be a red alert if this is the first time you're hearing. But I'm going to just give you a couple of tips here in a few minutes just to walk through about here's how you can change this going forward and specific things you can do. So why did we get here? The outbound strategies of B2B software and sales and marketing companies have often been likened to the Wild West. Those are under threat, as they probably should be. The disregard for how emails are sent, people really didn't care. Most companies, most C-suites were not asking how emails were getting sent, how people were getting all of these emails, as long as revenues continued to increase. Well, that's changing now. So because of the neglect of those best practices, Google's coming down pretty hard with the hammer on that. And especially now for companies that are employing more assertive outbound email tactics or relying on account-based marketing to build a presence, this is going to spell significant changes for you. So Google's crackdown potentially means, as I said, 100% of the emails that your company is sending could get blocked. And so just imagine the impact on your business if those emails are missing their mark. What are the things that you could do? Well, I'm going to give you 6 things that you could do here. 6 changes your company could implement to ensure that all of your emails continue to land in the inbox. First, you can boost your transactional email volume. So increase the volume of non-spammy emails, the transactional emails, such as an order confirmation. If you're an e-commerce company, it could be tracking updates, purchase updates, tickets, updates or alerts when things happen on your SaaS-based platform that your clients are using. This not only balances out your metrics, but it also can enhance your brand's value in the eyes of your recipients. Now, a lot of times these transactional emails, they need to be implemented by email. So I do encourage to make sure that marketing is part of crafting that copy and is part of a consistent story arc. Number 2, prioritize warm leads. I know sales teams love to go after cold leads, and there's nothing wrong with that. But because of this change from Google, I want you to prioritize warm leads. Sharpen your focus on users showing high intent. Think about those people that visit your pricing page or read multiple case studies. This is where, if you're not already using it, you want to utilize one of the tools to identify website visitors, at least the companies they're with, and sometimes the actual individuals as well. So you can pinpoint them to reach out to people that are showing intent on there. 3, clear and numerous unsubscribe options. Hey, I can tell you, I'm very twitchy on hitting the spam, marking something as spam if I can't find an unsubscribe for it, because the best practice is to allow somebody to unsubscribe. I have no problem people reaching out, but if I don't want to receive your email, let me unsubscribe. So you want to make sure that's very numerous now. Google's actually taking a little bit further. In the guidelines, they have to be able to be unsubscribed from clicking a single link going forward as well. So it's no longer a 2 or 3 step process for them. The 4th thing you can do to help make sure your emails are now being delivered with this change, utilize intent-based email lists. Hey, you have to send cold emails, especially in B2B in many industries. But for cold emails, I want you to tailor your messaging based on the recipient's interests and behaviors. That approach is going to ensure relevance and reduces the likelihood of being marked as spam. Heck, I replied to somebody the other day that I thought what they were sending me was an automated message, but it was really good from a personalization perspective. And we started an engagement on that, way better than just a blanket email that gets sent out from somebody. And there are AI tools that will help you with this too. Here's a technical one, and I think you should do this, especially if you're a B2B software company. Different domains for different purposes. Consider using separate domains for marketing messages, separate domain for sales automation, and then a separate domain just for your corporate one-on-one communication. You don't want your CEO to be sending an email to somebody and it gets marked as spam because something is happening in marketing and sales. Not going to be a good day for anybody. So that strategy is going to protect your main domain's reputation and ensure critical communication remains unaffected. Now, the 6th thing here, most marketers have a report that's been running about these spam rates, but it's never looked at when you actually come into a company. So I'll step in and I'll ask these things and they're like, oh, I think we have that somewhere. 6th thing is you need to be now, at least on a weekly basis going forward. You can probably dial it back to monthly going forward, but you need to audit your email practices. You need to review your email strategies regularly against that 0.3% benchmark. You need to make sure that DMARC is implemented for all domains. Any domain that your company is sending from, you need to make sure DMARC and other things are set up on there. So I want to know your thoughts. How are you adjusting to these new guidelines? Has your marketing team even brought these changes up to you? If they haven't, how are you going to approach that subject with them? So I want to know strategies, insights, other tips that you all have. So please leave a comment.